The bank teller looked at Sarah's ID, snorted and flicked it across the floor, like it was garbage. Customers stopped moving. Someone let out a sharp breath. The teller didn't say sorry. She made it worse, doubting her name. Her right to be there, everything. A security guard moved closer. A policy, the teller said loudly on purpose, to embarrass her in front of everyone. Phones came out. Nobody stepped in to help. What the bank didn't realize was this. The woman whose ID slid across that floor held the key to a $5.9 billion deal that could save them, and she was seconds away from killing it for good. Sarah Thompson walked into the bank alone. No assistance, just one simple goal. The lobby smelled of floor cleaner and quiet side-eye. She went to the counter, set her ID down, and waited. The teller glanced at the name, then at Sarah's face, and gave a cold smile. "This isn't going to fly," she said. Sarah stayed calm. "What isn't?" The teller picked up the ID, looked again, then flicked it hard. It spun and stopped near the line of customers. A few people gasped. One guy gave an awkward laugh. "You can pick that up later," the teller said. "We don't put up with tricks here." Sarah didn't budge. "I'm here to confirm. A wire transfer," she said quietly. The teller crossed her arms. "No, you're not. People don't just show up with fancy names and expect special treatment." A man behind Sarah lifted his phone to record. Someone nearby whispered, "Did she really just throw her ID?" The teller typed loudly on her keyboard. "High-risk customer," she announced so everyone could hear. "That means extra checks now?" Sarah kept her cool. "I'd like to speak to a manager." The teller smirked. "Of course you would." She hit a button under the counter. The guard edged closer, already looking. At Sarah like trouble. "Until we confirm who you are," the teller said. You stay right there." Sarah looked down at her ID on the floor, but didn't pick it up yet. "What rule says?" "You can throw someone's ID away?" she asked. The teller leaned in. "The rule that catches fraud before it starts." More phones were out now, recording everything. The branch manager finally showed up, looking annoyed at first, then curious. What's going on here?" The teller jumped in fast. She handed me a fake-looking ID, demanded executive access, and got rude. Sarah spoke clearly. "She threw my ID on the floor. The manager sighed. "Ma'am, please step to the side." "No," Sarah said, firm but calm. The manager blinked. Excuse me?" I said, "No doubt." The guard's hand moved toward his radio. The teller scoffed. "See? Same old attitude, ah?" Sarah finally bent down, picked up her ID, and set it back on the counter. "Run it properly this time." The teller rolled her eyes but started typing. Her smirk slowly disappeared. The computer froze, then flashed a red warning. "What did you do?" the teller snapped. "I asked you to check it." The manager leaned over to look. "What's your full name again?" "Sarah Thompson." The manager's face changed a little. He pulled out his tablet and scrolled. The lobby went quiet. A young worker at the next window stared at her own screen, eyes getting big. "Sir," she said softly, "her name is on the internal list. The merger one for next quarter." The manager frowned. "Which merger?" "The big one," the young worker whispered. The teller laughed, but it sounded forced. "No way, that's impossible." Sarah stayed quiet. The manager swallowed hard. "Ma'am, are you connected to Thompson Capital?" Sarah nodded once. "I'm the founder and CEO." The whole lobby seemed to freeze. The teller's face went pale. "She's lying." The young worker shook her head. "She's not." Sarah spoke evenly. "That merger is under my company's approval, and right now, I'm putting it on hold." The teller slammed her hands on the counter. "You can't cancel a deal over one mistake." Sarah looked straight at her. "You threw my ID on the floor. You called security. You embarrassed a customer in front of everyone without even checking first." The manager tried to smooth things over. "We truly value—" Sarah raised one finger. He stopped talking. "This bank needs a $5.9 billion merger to stay afloat in the region," she said. "My firm decides if it happens." A low murmur went through the waiting customers. Sarah turned to the young worker. "How long did the check actually take once you ran it?" "About 6 seconds," the woman answered. Sarah looked back at the teller. You chose to humiliate me instead. The teller's voice shook. I was just following the rules. Sarah nodded. So am I. She took out her phone and sent one quick message. The teller's screen suddenly went black. What just happened? The teller whispered. The manager checked his tablet and went, white. Your login has been disabled. The guard stepped back, not sure what to do. Sarah looked at the manager. Everything that happened here was recorded by customers and your own cameras. The manager's voice cracked. We can fix this. Please? You had your chance, Sarah said. She turned to the room. I came here today to see if this bank deserved to partner with us. She glanced at the teller. It doesn't. The young worker spoke up quietly. Sir, head office is on the line. The manager answered the call. His shoulders slumped as he listened. Yes, I understand. Right away. He hung up and looked sick. The merger has been paused. The teller sank into her chair. Sarah slipped her ID back into her bag and walked toward the door. As she passed, the guard, he moved out of the way without a word. At the exit, she paused and said calmly, Next time, check first. She left. Behind her, the bank realized one bad moment had just cost them everything. If this story got to you, don't stop here. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you catch every new one where respect wins and arrogance loses big. These stories matter, and the next could hit even harder. Like this, if you want it seen by more people, share it with someone who needs the reminder about what judging too quick really costs. And comment, check first if the ending gave you chills. Stay around, truth always comes back, and it comes strong.